Alright guys, I had an evap code that was it was throwing a couple different codes. I don't recall what they are now, but if you have some emissions problems, some evap canister issues with '07 Sierra or any GM pickup truck, they have two valves that open and close at different times. One actually is open all the time. That's at the bottom of the truck. It's for the evaporator canister. That's gonna close when the computer tells it to. Then you have another one that's up in this area here. This is your purge valve, and you'll have to excuse a couple of these wires and things that I got out of the way already to do another repair. But here's your purge solenoid right here. It's connected to this tube, and you can see it, that blue part there. That's the new part. That purge valve is normally closed, and when the computer tells it to check for to make sure that the entire system is sealed, it'll go through a sequence of operations in order for it to check and see if you have any leaks or any if any leaks have developed within that system for the it's for the gases that are created in the tank for your emissions. I ended up changing the one underneath the truck by the canister down below. Still kept throwing codes, different codes after I changed it, so I'm thinking that might have been half of the problem. And then I ended up changing this purge valve up here, and after I did that and reset the codes, I haven't had anything else come up again. When I took off this cover here to remove that purge solenoid that's literally right under there, I ended up screwing up this portion of the cover. I ended up pushing my heater hoses down a bit. If you can see, that's where the connections are made back there. They're quick disconnect style. As you can see here, they've got these clips that hold in place both sides. But anyway, when I put the cover back on, I had moved this hose out of the, kind of pushed it down in a way where it started giving me a little bit of a leak. And I'm at 160,000 miles or so, and I just decided that I'm going to go ahead and change both of them. This is the one that's on the right hand side as you're looking at the engine, and the black one here, that's the one on the left side. So you can see it's pretty deep in there. It's kind of hard to get to. This one that's on the right hand side, if you follow it down, it's this tube here that's for the molded set. It's this one right here on the, if you're looking at the water pump in this direction, it's the one that's on the right hand side. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going to work best here. I wanted to show you guys the steps I'm using to replace this and get it going. The only way that you're going to get those connectors off is Napa has a kit. This is designed for fuel lines, but as you can see, these things open up and you can slide it. You can slide it when this is installed. You'd have to kind of open it on one side, and then essentially you want to push it in this way, and then you can tug it out. I will give you a fair warning, it's going to be fairly tight to get this plastic deal in there. So what you want to do is get one of these. This is made by Craftsman, and there's a part number. If you're close to a Sears, stop by and get one. This is actually a seal puller, but it gave me enough leverage to get in there behind that connector and pull on it, because it will offer you a fight once you get that connector in there. You got to push it in there to release those clips, and I found that this was a pretty nice tool. Now there is a video out there that I was watching from somebody else doing the same thing, and they used an actual heater hose removal tool for a Ford Aerostar from like the early 80s, which was a nice looking tool. It looks like they were able to borrow it from an AutoZone, but I called all the AutoZones around my area and I was unable to find one, and it seems like it's a discontinued item in my area. All AutoZones, I don't know, but the case is this works pretty well. Now you want to get as much of this shit out of the way. Here's your fuse that comes from the battery and distributes to your other fuse block. Just take all that out. That's a 13 millimeter that goes there. And all I did was just wanted to get as much of this stuff out of the way. I didn't tear this stuff down so that you guys could see me tearing it down. I'm already past that point. But that's what this is here for here. So you have another battery connection there, and then this one goes over there as well. Just get all that stuff out of the way. I also removed this bracket here for the heater, the hose bracket. Kind of holds them in place. Get that out of the way because it's gonna bust your knuckles all up. Once you get that out of the way and get your power wire removed, and just kind of remove this out of the way as well. This was up and over this way, but it's just causing me more trouble, so I just took the dipstick out of the transmission and took this harness, removed it out from all those little fasteners that it has in place, just to make it easier, because you have quite a stretch to get to the back here, so it looks like it's going to make it a little easier. So what I'm going to do is just basically remove the fittings that are on there. These things are pressed in place. You can see that. So I went ahead and cut them as far up as I could. And just use a little tubing cutter. Razor blade will work just fine. And here's the part numbers that I got from Napa. 730-5631. It only calls for one of these according to the dealership. I know one of them's a 3/4 and the other one's a 5/8. However, I tried putting that same fitting on both sides, and it seems like it's a pretty tight fit. In case it doesn't fit right, I bought this 5/8 by 5/8. This one's a little bit more expensive, 730-49.45. Got it just in case. If I'm not going to use it, I'll just go ahead and return that. But basically, you put this into the tube, use a few hose clamps, and then you just go ahead and insert them back where they were before. So anyway, 10 millimeter socket, and this one's a 13, I believe. Yep, it's a 13. And just some basic simple hand tools to get this stuff replaced. I just thought this would be an important thing to mention. Laying these hoses down the way laying these hoses down the way I foresee them being in place. And so I just put my hose clamps in the way where they're going to be in there. And it looks like when I put them together this way, I might have to switch this one around so it's over on this other side. But before you plug everything back together, so you don't have to fight to get these off again, pay attention to these hose clamps so that you're not going to have to remove them and switch them around. It's easier to just kind of mock it up the way it's going to lay in place, and then make some adjustments there before you snap it in place. Guys, kind of go in there pretty tight. I would put a little bit of WD-40 in there just to get them to slide in there. Now, the only way you're going to know if they're in there real good is push real hard, and then you should hear a little click when those little clips kind of expand around the ring on the heater core. If you don't hear that click, it's not in. Put a little bit more WD-40, push a little bit harder, maybe do a little twist on it, and it should go in there. But if you hear that click, it's a pretty sure thing that it's in there. There it is. Just put everything back the way it was in reverse order, and you should be good to go.